Why? Do we love the people who hurt us? It's one of the oldest questions in psychology, and maybe one of the hardest to accept. You know that feeling when someone breaks you, lies to you, disrespects you, yet your heart refuses to let go. You tell yourself you're done, but when their name appears on your phone, your chest tightens again. Sigmund Freud once said, "We are never so defenseless against suffering as when we love." And maybe that's the truth. Love makes us defenseless. But let's go deeper. Because what if the reason we love those who hurt us isn't weakness, but wiring? This is not just heartbreak. It's neuroscience, trauma, and attachment all working together. And once you understand it, you'll never look at love or pain the same way again. When someone hurts us, our mind doesn't always respond with logic. It responds with memory. That memory of love, of comfort, of connection, fights back against the pain. You see, the same person who made you feel special is now the one making you feel worthless. And your brain, desperate for that feeling of safety again, starts chasing it, even if it means going back to the source of the pain. Dr. Helen Fisher, a biological anthropologist, once said, "Romantic love is an addiction. When you're rejected, it's like going through withdrawal. Dopamine, the same chemical that drives hunger, motivation, and drug addiction, floods your brain when you think of that person. It whispers to you, maybe they'll change. Maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe it was my fault." And so you return, not because you enjoy the pain, but because your brain mistakes the pain for love. This is what psychologists call a trauma bond, a loop where the abuser gives love, takes it away, and gives it again, until you become addicted to the cycle itself. You don't crave them. You crave the relief that comes after they hurt you. And that, my friend, is how pain becomes pleasure in disguise. To really understand why we love those who hurt us, we have to go back to childhood. Psychologist John Bowlby, the father of attachment theory, discovered that our early bonds shape our adult relationships. If love in your childhood was inconsistent, sometimes warm, sometimes cold, your brain learned that love is unpredictable. You learned to chase it. So as an adult, when someone gives you that same pattern, affection mixed with rejection, it feels familiar. It feels like home. That's why you find yourself saying things like, "I know they're not good for me, but I can't let go." It's not stupidity. It's programming. The child inside you still believes, if I just love hard enough, they'll finally stay. This isn't your weakness. It's your survival instinct misfired. Your brain chose attachment over peace because once, in your past, attachment meant survival. Neuroscientists found something fascinating. When we experience heartbreak, the same areas in our brain activate as when we feel physical pain. That's why it literally hurts. And every time you recall that person, your body releases stress hormones, cortisol, adrenaline. You shake, lose sleep, replay the memories. But here's the twist. When they apologize, when they text you, "I miss you," dopamine and oxytocin rush in again. So now, your body is caught in a chemical tug of war between pain and pleasure, rejection and reward. It's the same pattern found in gambling addiction. You lose again and again, but one small win makes you stay. You keep believing the next round will finally fix everything. That's why logic doesn't work, because this isn't about logic. It's about chemistry. The same brain that makes you fall in love is the one that refuses to let you leave. After every fight, every insult, every betrayal, there's a moment of silence. You wait for their apology, their explanation, their warmth. And when it finally comes, your brain rewards you like you just survived a storm. Relief becomes love. Apology becomes affection. Dr. Patrick Carnes, who studied trauma bonding, said, "The victim's loyalty to the abuser is a survival strategy. You stay because leaving feels like death, not just emotionally, but biologically. You've built an identity around the relationship. Without them, who are you?" That's why people often say, "I know it's toxic, but it feels worse to be without them." Because loneliness feels like danger to the human brain. The same danger our ancestors felt when they were cast out of the tribe. You're not addicted to them. You're addicted to the feeling of being safe with them, even if it's not real. So how do we stop loving the people who hurt us? The truth is, you don't stop overnight, because you're not just leaving a person, you're rewiring your brain. Step 1, awareness. Name the pattern. Call it what it is, a trauma bond. Step 2, distance. No just checking texts. No just friends. You can't heal in the same environment that broke you. Step 3, replace pain with presence. Focus on grounding yourself. Therapy, journaling, breathing, reconnecting with your body. Dr. Bessel van der Kolk, author of The Body Keeps the Score, said, "Trauma is stored not in the event itself, but in the body that felt it." You must teach your body that safety no longer looks like chaos. Healing begins when you stop chasing closure from the person who broke you and start giving it to yourself. Maybe love isn't about who makes your heart race, but who makes it rest. Maybe real love isn't fireworks, it's peace. We fall for people who hurt us because we mistake intensity for intimacy. But when you finally heal, you'll realize that peace, safety, and respect were never boring. They were what you deserved all along. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Don't call it fate anymore. Call it what it is, a lesson. And once you learn it, you'll never confuse pain with love again." If this spoke to you, it's because your heart's still learning what peace feels like. You're not broken, you're healing. And that's what we talk about here, at the Mind's Quiet Corner. So if you're ready to understand love, not chase it, hit subscribe. Stay a while. Heal quietly, but deeply.